Hi everyone, this is Neel, Raithatha, consultant audiologist and director of ClearWax. Thank you for joining me in my latest video using the WAXscope. And again, I'm using our new teardrop specular, which is the size 2, which is our standard size. And we've also got a smaller one, size 1, for narrower ears, patients with stenosis, so narrowing of the ear canals, or indeed pediatric patients who naturally have smaller diameter ear canals at their age. And this patient attended with bilateral, fully occluding wax, but also a lot of dead skin, keratin, and this keratin has enveloped the plug of wax. So keratin is a protein found in dead skin, and the skin that you see, which I often refer to during my procedures, is the epithelial layer of skin, which forms the epidermal layer of skin, so the outer layer. So there's epithelial skin cells there, and these skin cells are actually dead. There's no living organelles, no intracellular fluid. Instead, they're full of keratin, which is a protein also found in our nails, our hair, and also natural moisturizing factors. And they almost like a yin and yang. The natural moisturizing factors are designed to absorb moisture from the environment to keep the epidermal layer of skin hydrated. But we have to be careful, because if your skin overhydrates those skin cells, they will swell and burst and macerate. So to almost counteract that, there's also some keratin in there. And keratin is, as opposed to the natural moisturizing factors, which are hydrophilic, so moisture absorbing, keratin is hydrophobic, so moisture resistant, repellent almost. And it just keeps that the right balance of moisture. Also, keratin has other features as well. It gives the epidermal layer its skin, its kind of strength, its rigidity, and it also is very good at reflecting away harmful UV sun rays. And in this case, that keratin layer, it almost acts like double-sided sticky tape. It sticks to the perimeter of the wax plug, but it was also adherent to the ear canal wall. And quite often you remove the skin and then the plug comes away. It's almost like when a magician, with that trick where they have cutlery, plates, pots, pans, whatever it may be, wine glass, on a table with a tablecloth, and they pull that tablecloth from underneath and everything remains there. Sometimes when we're removing wax, we're doing something similar with the keratin. We're kind of almost slithering out the sheet of keratin, and then the wax sometimes comes out with it, but sometimes the wax remains in the ear canal, but then it's mobilized. It's no longer adherent to the skin, so it comes out easily. And you can see that layer of skin there. The underneath, it's quite glossy, so keratin is quite reflective, hence why it's quite good at reflecting away harmful UV sun rays. Now, this is the left ear. This is the better ear out of the two, so stay tuned for the right side, which is almost never ending. It just kept coming and coming and coming. I think I used the Keratin a moment ago. Yesterday's video, I used the Keratin, and you can see I smothered the wax. So it just wasn't the right consistency. And obviously a hook will just cut through this, so you're gonna have to just continue with microsuction here. It's quite dark, so as we get deeper, it's gonna get darker, it's more oxidized. And that's just because the deeper wax gets pushed back by fresher secreting wax. Some of the older wax also gets pushed forwards, but some of it gets pushed further back. So it's been there longer, so it oxidizes, but also there's less natural oils and sweats. Well, the natural oils and sweats secreted in the ear occur in the outer third, the cartilaginous portion, but some of that can dissipate. It can spread deep in the ear, but obviously it's going to be less deeper in the ear. So wax generally can be a bit dry and firmer deep in the ear. Sometimes though, it can be the opposite. You can have a lot of humidity, and that can soften the wax. Managed to remove that. Nice healthy eardrum. A bit of staining around the edge because wax is quite soft. Let me put a bit of drops in, but everything's nice and healthy. The right side, which you'll see at the end, the anterior canal wall. So this is the left ear. On the left-hand side, you can see the bone there, the left-hand side of the canal. That's the anterior canal wall. Similarly, in the right side, the anterior, the front part of the ear canal, will obviously be to the right. It's a lot more prominent in their right side. And also they have got a slight mild retraction of the eardrum. It's slightly pulled inwards due to a blocked eustachian tube, which is the pressure equalizing tube that connects the back of the nose, the nasopharynx, the back of the eardrum, the middle ear. So the right side, immediately just put some drops in. It's a bit more soggy, if you like. a bit more caramelly, sticky. So I'm just trying to separate the skin. You can actually see the skin at the roof of this plug. It's very glossy, smooth surface. And you can see the skin here at the bottom. So just giving it some wriggle movements. I'm not actually trying to remove it at the moment. I'm just trying to separate that skin. Now, because of the consistency, it does block the tube on a couple of occasions. I think I used it correct here. I think it's a bit more successful than the other side, which you'll see. So I'm just going to try a bit hard to see if I can get a better suction grip here. But it's quite soft plug, so the suction tip is actually just submerging itself into the plug. I'm just giving these little concentric round circles, again, just to kind of loosen the skin adhesions. But I think I've lost suction power there, it's blocked the tube. I may have put a bit more drops here, and it looks a bit more glistening, so I might have put a bit more drops. No, I haven't. Just using the correct, trying to get over the top, and I'd managed to get quite deep, but then I'm just trying to separate this section. Now the wax is a bit drier and firmer, a bit deeper. Now with that, I've broken it up a little bit. It's going to go back in, and a lot of this is dead skin. It's so glossy, you can tell. Again, there's a sheets of skin coming out now. It's very glossy, so I'm just going to peel that away. Now guys, I haven't taken a still image. I know a lot of you do ask for it, but you have to remember in clinic, we're just so busy sometimes, and just don't get time. I would love to take still images, but you know, we do things before and after each patient arrives, and I just need to get ready for the next patient. I don't want to keep them waiting in the waiting room, and yeah, so I'm not doing it intentionally, not doing it. I just don't have time sometimes. I do apologise. But this was a whopper. Now again, you can see that skin, it's a bit more silvery matrix. Just trying to get a good suction grip. So we want a nice piece where the entire suction tip kind of embeds itself against the surface of the wax, but it just wasn't happening, so a bit more oil. Oil is really good for wax removal procedures. Obviously, you've got to make sure the patient's not contraindicated if they've had recent infection or active infection. If they've got a perforation, a ventilation tube, also known as a grommet. I also like to try and avoid it if they've got mastoid cavities. Just don't want to get the ear wet in any way. And you can see the skin, you can see the texture. Kind of that ribbon texture. And if you look at the base, you can see that plug, the skin quite deep. It's still attached to the bottom of the ear canal. Now, the patient, when I'm doing it around the patient's not feeling anything. Well, they can feel it move around, but it's not uncomfortable. Especially with a consistency like this. Now, if you've got really dry, rough wax with a rough surface, almost like sandpaper, and you're wriggling it around the ear, yes, they obviously, I wouldn't say it's uncomfortable, but I'll probably feel it kind of just rubbing against the side of the ear. But this is kind of a soft consistency, so although we're kind of going around in circles, and they can feel it obviously wriggle in the ear, but it's not uncomfortable at all for the patient. And if you look at the wax, the bottom, deeper, you can, I hope you can see, but it feels like you can see it. Whilst I was doing this procedure, I felt it was trapped to the right-hand side, hence why I've just gone to the right-hand side there. I'm trying to wriggle this from the right, and obviously, the first time I've seen the patient, I didn't know that I can't see the ear anatomy, but the reason why it's trapped is because the tail end of this plug is trapped beyond that narrowing of the ear canal, with the anterior canal wall protrudes inwards and the ear canal narrows. Again, I'm trying to bring it from the right hand side. I can just feel resistance. When you're doing the procedure, you can feel that from this area. I can just, once I remove this right segment, I think it comes away a lot easier, which you'll see. There we are. But yeah, it just felt like it kept coming in this ear. Again, another sheet of skin there at about 5 o'clock. And then to the left where I am now with the suction tip, that's more wax. So you can probably differentiate. To the right, with the sheet of skin's got attracted by the suction. You can see the skin, you can see the texture, and then you can see the wax consistency to the left. So that's how you kind of differentiate it. The wax is a bit glistening as I put drops in, but it's not as reflective as the skin. Now, a lot of the skin sheets could also be amalgamated within the plug of wax as well, but there's a clear contrast there. So I've just taken that skin away. Now, hopefully it will release a bit easier now. So as I'm trying to bring this out the ear, I'm trying to navigate the architecture, the curvature of the ear canal. So I'm bringing it from right to left and then left to right. And it just kept coming. I was quite shocked by how much wax. It would have been great if I took a still image. I'm not going to deny that because it was a whopper. I'm just going to go to the posterior canal wall, trying to separate this bit and bringing it right, and then from right to left, left to right. So that's the natural architecture of the right ear. And it's just released itself, I think. By watching it, I sensed it, the plug just came out of that recess. And I think it's separated into 2 or even 3 pieces. So again, it's still coming. Really dark wax now, this is. And I often say to patients, it's a bit like Jenga. You remove one piece and everything just falls apart. Now this is, I think this is on the eardrum. So I don't want to apply too much pressure because I don't want to push the plug up against the eardrum. Just hovering, getting a suction, it was slowly coming out, and the oil really helps with that. So you can see on the right hand side, that bone, it's really protruding, so it's quite a prominent anterior canal wall. It got a deep recess to the right, that's where the wax was trapped. The eardrum looks healthy enough, but it is slightly retracted. We did do tympanometry to confirm that. Hope you enjoyed that video, guys. Take care, keep well, speak soon.